CNBC has poured gasoline on the theory MSM is deliberately marginalizing certain 2020 Democratic candidates, swapping photos of businessman Andrew Yang and Hawaii Rep. Tulsi Gabbard with bizarre substitutes. The candidates got an unwitting makeover during the network's Squawk Box program on Monday, as the show was covering fourth-quarter fundraising totals. Yang's face was replaced with a similarly named Asian businessman, founding partner of Red Point Ventures Jeff Yang. Gabbard was replaced, even more confusingly, by New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, once a primary candidate herself, until she dropped out of the race in August. One could chalk both up to chance mistakes. Jeff and Andrew Yang have the same last name, so perhaps their headshots are sequential in the network's files. Gabbard and Gillibrand were sequential in the alphabetical list of candidates. Perhaps they forgot to remove the blonde, decidedly un-Gabbard-like Congresswoman when she called it quits 6 months ago. But the fact that both candidates, each with a decidedly anti-establishment bent, had been noticeably shafted by mainstream media in the past led their supporters to cry foul. Also on RT.com, hard truth to spit out, Yang tells Dems to stop obsessing over impeachment. This has to be intentional malice, one user observed. If this happened one time, I could believe accident. If it happened to other people, that would make it believable. But it's only ever Tulsi or Yang, and it's constantly burn down the establishment media, rebuild, hopefully it's better. But what we have now is warmongering, trash Zach of all trades, at FiceMonkey72, January 6, 2020. There's no way this is just a mistake. This has to be intentional trolling by @CNBC, given how the @Squawk CNBC team is always being ridiculously negative towards @Tesla. But this is taking it to a new level of clownishness. Haley Vulcan salute build cap, @HaleyYatu, January 6, 2020. They're so used to not covering them. Maybe none of their staff knew what they look like, deadpanned one user. Some called the switcheroo racist. Imagine if it had been Cory Booker's face with another black man. The left would be enraged. They're whitewashing a woman of color. I mean, that's me being dramatic, but it's exactly what leftists would say if it was done to any other WOC besides Tulsi. Paige Sully @PageZoli88, January 6, 2020. I'm having to pull my jaw up off the floor. They thought they could just substitute another Asian guy for my stock photo and they thought no one would notice. Don't worry. Some poor intern will get blamed. Heidi O'Brien @HeidiO'Brien8, January 6, 2020. Others took matters into their own hands. Attacks on Gabbard for meeting with Syrian President Bashar Assad in 2017. It's easy to see how both candidate supporters might accuse mainstream media of wearing its bias on its sleeve. The network eventually apologized for the mistake and quickly fixed the graphic, but not before several people had suggested the Yang campaign take legal action against them. This is why an attorney needs to step up and confront the CNBC, CNN, MSNBC, and have this kind of behavior stopped and corrected. Who in the hell put that photo for and they have to be held accountable. Arthur Howell, retired civil servant, build cap, Globe, United States, 100 points, folded hands, @ArthurHowell16, January 6, 2020. They can get away with this, I think. Each mistake is so minor that they can be defended individually. Ollie Trussell, build cap, @Olet123, January 6, 2020. Like this story? Share it with a friend. Let's block ads. Why?